Last night, I went to go see Birth of a Nation. And it didn't stir up emotions that I never had. I already had these emotions towards America and towards the injustice that's happened to my people. And watching that movie, it didn't make me want to be different. It just made me want to go harder and be more of an activist and more in the forefront, more of a leader than I've been trying to be. Because without people like Nat Turner and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and countless Hebrew Israelite leaders that were around, like Matthew Ben-Livy, and I can't really name too many more, you know. I could name Abba Bivens. But it made me feel like, you know, I got to be more of an activist, more of a outspoken person, and more of a responsible and socially conscious person. Not a more political person, not more of a religious person, but more of an activist towards liberating our people from a mental and dastardly servitude that we serve. Because at the end of the day, what is happening to us is a psychological thing. It might not be happening by every person, but it is being pushed and is being orchestrated by other things, and people are being used into keeping us down. That movie was a serious movie, man. It was eye-opening for Nat Turner to go to other plantations to see how his own master or own oppressor seen his own people by, spoiler alerts, I'm giving, whatever, by whipping them, breaking teeth, by raping their women, their wives, beating them, by hanging them on the trees. What do you say to a white person that says that was 100 years ago or 50 years ago, when you constantly see reminders of your status in this country? What do you say? What do you say to a white person that says police are here to protect and serve? Well, who are they here to protect and serve? You or me? Or both of us? When police were created to be slave catchers, that's what they were created for. Asking for your permit, can I see ID? Asking for your license. Pulling you over for no reason just because you're black in maybe the wrong neighborhood. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I still in slavery? Am I still in slavery? And what is slavery? Is slavery being whipped? Is slavery chained? Is slavery working without money? Or is slavery working for little to nothing, being with no education, with no resources, no schooling? Is that slavery? That's what you have to start to ask yourself. Not if you're better off than your ancestors, but are you just barely making it past your ancestors? That's what you have to start asking yourself. That's what you have to start asking yourself. Am I doing superiorly better at, or not am I, but are we as a people doing much better? Or are we doing just okay compared to the situation? That's what we have to start asking ourselves. There's people that's in the mainstream media that say things about our own people that's not in a flattering light. Like Charlemagne says things that doesn't put us in a flattering light. Yes, we are downtrodden, and yes, we are criminalized people. But people like Charlemagne that constantly harp on those ill things that happen to people that's in poverty doesn't help us. It doesn't push us forward. It doesn't benefit us. What it does is it reinforces stereotypes. But people like Nate Parker, Marcus Lamont Hill, Umar Johnson, countless Hebrew Israelites, Yohana, Rakal, Nathaniel, brothers in California, brothers in Chicago, Detroit, that are leaders, teachers, even Old Testament brothers like Mighty Hebrew and Zion Lex. These are great men. These are great men in their own rights. Even though they don't see the forest for the trees, these are great men that should be held in regard. Red Pill, Blue Pill, Sonetta, Polite, even Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, LeBron James. These men are, they might have, business ventures or interests that is in the corporate world that they don't want to mess up. But at the end of the day, they're trying. They're trying. And they want to succeed. And I think it starts with us going back into these hoods and setting up schools. Not mega schools like the schools that we have now, but we could go to a house or an apartment, a couple of apartments, and rent them out or build them out and make it school setting and teach ourselves. You don't think we could do that? Or set up a cafeteria so that the kids could get breakfast in the morning and have something to eat when they come home from school? Do we need the government to create YMCAs for our Black and Hispanic children, indigenous peoples? No, we could do that ourselves. $1 from each Black person can go a long way with somebody that has the right mindset. We don't need to give no more money to Michael Jordans and Charles Barkley and those type of heads that are coonish. We need to give money to those that can benefit us and make and move us in the right direction. That's what I kind of got from, that's what I got from the Birth of a Nation movie. Moving forward, building ourselves up, building our own cities, building our own towns in our hoods, where we could go get solar panel from Nikola Tesla, or we could teach kids to be scientists so they can re-outfit that so that it's even better and works for a whole apartment buildings where we don't even have to be on the grid anymore. I'm talking about Manhattan, New York buildings. We could make our own. Make water towers above our own buildings that resource water through material waste, so that we are self-efficient and we don't need no more other people. See, first we have to love ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, there's no way we could go to tell a white person or a Chinese person or a Hispanic, for some of you guys that don't believe Hispanics are black, or Chinese or African or whoever, to respect us if we don't respect ourselves and we're not building ourselves first by teaching those in the hood that have no resources, by going back and saying, you know what, I'm here for you guys. I'm not here to continue to downbeat, browse, or continue to upbraid my own people. I'm here to uplift and to teach and to separate our people, because of we are amazing people. To be able to build Egypt, build Babylon, build America, we have to be a great people. For somebody they had to grab us, hone us in, and then use our talents for their benefit. Now it's time to use our talents for our benefit. That's what it's about. That's what the revolution should be about. That's what it should be about. Using our talents to benefit us now. To go back out there and to an abandoned house and make a school. Who cares what the government says? Go back out there, knock down those abandoned neighborhoods or houses, and put a farm there that can feed that whole neighborhood. That's what we need to start thinking about. That's what we need to start moving towards, especially with the whole pending war between America and Russia. Because guess what? Food goes up, we ain't eating. We're not eating. Especially those that are living paycheck to paycheck. You're not eating. You're not going to be able to buy food. You see what's going on in Venezuela? You're not going to be able to do anything. So the best thing to do now is to get out here, get some seeds, and start doing what we need to do for ourselves. That's how we benefit ourselves. By thinking forward, thinking about the future. Another thing we can also do, share our books with each other. Share our books. If I already read it, give it to another brother to read. If after he's read it, give it to another brother to read. Until it comes back to you. This is how we empower and enrich ourselves without spending millions of dollars on their stuff. Or we can copy these books and give them out to each other for free. Because you know what? We're not people based off of money. We're based off of love of our family. And our family is not just our mother, brother, and sister. It's every man that comes from Adam and Eve. And those who know what I'm talking about, get it. Whoever do the will of our Father is our brother and sister. But at the end of the day, we have to start looking forward, and we have to start moving forward, and we have to start thinking progressively. Right now, we're too stagnant and too into debating if Esau is fucking white people or Japhet. Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? Are you free? Or if the Kemetic or the Bible isn't true? Who gives a damn? Because at the end of the day, when that Bible, when we are at war, when America is at war with Russia, do you think that they give a damn what you're doing? Do you think they give a damn if you can buy food or not? Do you think they give a damn if you are going hungry or you can feed your babies or not? Remember, we're hearing the warnings now. This is the time to get ready. I swear, it's like it goes through one ear and out the other. You read it through your eyes and still Some of us have eyes, but we still can't see what's in front of us. We're hearing, but we can't hear what's happening. How is this even possible? This is what Birth of a Nation did for me. Saying, yo, move forward. Look to what's next. And the reason I do this is it's saying focal point. This is the focal point. This is what we should be moving towards. This is what we should be trying to build towards. This focal point. Not just me, but everybody towards this self-sustaining community that doesn't need anything from another person, or doesn't need to tell another person how to treat us. Because once we're a community that's self-sustaining, they don't have no choice but to respect us. They have no choice but to respect us. Because you know what? Our knowledge is so far past what they have. Our knowledge is so far past what they even know. We forgot so much of what we knew that we're going to get back, that they're going to have no choice but to respect us. Remember, man, I'll leave y'all with this. There's something Christ said in the Gnostic Bible. Yes, I said Christ. He said, if any man find the world, he find a carcass. And any man that finds the carcass found the world. If you know what that carcass is, and if you know what that world is, you understand what Christ is talking about. If you know what that world is, if you know what that world is, then you know who's that carcass. So, with that, yo, let's be proactive and get reactive. I'm Furious Black, man.